Hey, it's Josh Hicks here, and listen, we're going to be talking about how I help recruiters make more recruits no matter what the market is doing. And a lot of you out here, you may be feeling the pain of it seems that you're not getting lead generation, or it's harder and harder to get lead generation. And when you do, how do I actually close those candidates down? We're going to be talking about that. When you have that individual on there, how you can really capture them and really get the best out of your quality lead. So this is the first of the 3 series. By the way, check us out at recruiterclass.com if you want to learn more about what we do out here. Again, getting back to it, number 1 out of the 3 video series that we're doing is going to be about question-based sales. Now, I want to let's just kind of use an example. For instance, think about having a massive lake out there, and you're casting your pole out there trying to catch a fish, and you're casting your line, and you've got some bait on the line, and you're just not seeing activity happen. You're just not really seeing anybody bite on what you got. Well, at that point, you would naturally want to change the lure you have, right? And you want to change a few of them. You want to test the waters out, kind of see what's going on, but you've got to put some things out there that are going to hopefully interest the candidate. So you may have had that with the job offer that you had out here, and you got the lead generation, or maybe it's the way that you speak on the phone. And I think the most powerful thing is how you actually communicate by building on a relationship with that individual. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today on question-based sales. So obviously, if you're at that point and you're throwing everything you got out there, and maybe that candidate's not for you, then you're going to have to change locations, maybe change people. You can't help everybody, but you go through a series of tests to make sure that this person is not your person, or if it is your person. Now, the person that you're talking to hear every day, this is what will set you aside, is they'll hear every day people that go into business about only getting them hired. It's all serious conversation. They sound like they're grilling them for the questions because they're wanting to get to the point. They think that's saving themselves time. But what is happening a lot of times is you're wasting time, and you're losing a good candidate because you did not position yourself the right way with the candidate. You've got to build a relationship with this candidate, and in doing that, question-based sales, you need to find out what is actually motivating this driver. So we're talking about the recruiting side of truck driving right now. So let's just use a driver for example. You really need to get that driver candidate wanting to talk to you. Now, you would think since they need a job or they're looking for a job, they want to talk to you, but really all they're thinking about is business at this point, and you've got to take them and shift them out of that and really get them to like you, and really get them to like, know, and trust you. And that's the biggest thing right here. If you don't have that, then you're not going to get very far with them, and you're going to sound just like everybody else. And some of these questions that you think about, what is getting their emotions going? Why would they be looking in the first place? There's a few things that we're going to mention. There's a lot here that we could really talk on to for a long period of time, but let's just use money and home time and equipment and benefits and opportunity. Those are 5 that you can really think of that is there. So what I would do on question-based sales at this point is I would really get into trying to figure out the information that I need the most. A lot of times I'll ask it in a way, and we're going to talk in one of our videos about tone and inflection, but you have to ask it in a way that really brings them in. You have to relate to them in the situation. If they're talking about moving from somewhere, then there's some emotions going on. There's something that's happening that's driving them to look for something else. And your key thing is to find that. So a lot of times I will put those answers out for them because I'm really focusing on getting to the next thing as fast as possible, but I'm doing it in a way they get to voice it when I'm allowing the conversation to go there, because I'm efficiently asking the questions that I need to know to get to the next one. So I'm going to ask them, what are they doing? Just not paying you well? They're just not giving the kind of home time, not treating you well? Well, obviously something's happening here. And I'll give them the answers because it's going to actually help them dig and actually pull from those emotions that are probably going to be some of these ones that I'm talking about. And there's a lot of other ones that it could be, but you give them a chance to actually talk after you've put them out and really start asking those questions. Find out what's moving them. If you find out what's moving them and you build a relationship at the same time before getting into too much business, I mean, you may be asking here when you ask, on one of the questions. I mean, they quit you, you quit them. What you're finding out if they got fired. And that's one of the first questions. But you're also, and at this very same time, tapping into those question-based cells to find out what is emotionally moving them. And then when you find that out, and you've got what you need to understand this person, that's when you're going to be jumping into your pre-screen and really finding out if this candidate is going to be quality enough for the opportunities that you have. As I hope this helped, again, recruiterclass.com if you want to learn more in detail about what we do. We'd love to connect with you. And this is the first video of the 3 series videos that we're going to be putting out here. And the next thing that we're going to be talking about is building value and how to do that in what you're doing, rather than doing the same old thing every other recruiter or people that are trying to get these guys hired are doing out here. I'm telling you, we're excited about the next one. And until then, we will see you on the other side. Now check out the recruiterclass.com for more information. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for sticking around. And by the way, you like videos like that, check this out right next to us right here. It's going to be exactly what you need. If you're new, subscribe down below. You'll get updated on all new information coming. And if you comment below, I'm going to be pulling somebody on a monthly to give free coaching away. Looking forward to it. See you on the other side.